Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Daily Market Commentary. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Hope everybody had an absolutely amazing trading day yesterday. For those of you new to the channel, do me a favor, click that subscribe button down below so that you get the updates as they become available. Also, real quick, for those of you that are interested, our first live trading room is going to be on Sunday, the 12th in the evening. We're going to set up some options trades for the coming week, primarily swing trades. And the idea of these live trading rooms is to allow somebody the opportunity to ask questions, get feedback, and take a look at trades as we set them up. And then also to do it in a live environment. So go to TradersArmy.com for more details. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in. So the S&P, we are down 1 point this morning. Not a whole lot of movement happening. Matter of fact, I can see, this is the kind of setup where a breakout could be potential. We could get a decent breakout opportunity happening on this kind of a play. So we still have our potential buy area set up for a reversal down below current price. And then we also could get another opportunity to get long if we break above this region. Now, we don't see the same breakout pattern on the ES as we do in the NQ. The NQ is actually a bit better. The breakout setup we're getting in the NQ is a little bit better of a setup as it's been chopping around this particular range for, quite a while. Now, we don't, typically what I would look at is, do we have any major announcements that are going to cause this movement to change? And today, all we have really is crude oil inventories this morning at 10:30, so not a whole lot to concern ourselves with. And then tomorrow, some PPI announcements, so not a whole lot. So if we break out above this region, this area kind of becomes a ceiling. And I just got joined by an amazing co-host. What happens when we go above our ceilings, Charlie?
We break through the ceiling until we find a new ceiling.
Right, it goes up. Well, what if there is no ceiling above us? How high can it go?
Up, up, up until it finds a new ceiling.
Right. Well, but there is no ceiling, it can just keep going up, right?
What?
Right. Well, right now this would be our only ceiling. We may get a little reversal. I know a lot of people thought about using this gap as a potential shorting opportunity, but look at how we're basing in front of this gap, which makes it a little bit weaker of an area. A gap is an area where we have absolutely no trading going on. Price just went from here straight down, and there was nothing in between. So right now, that would be the area that I would look for a potential long. Where am I going to short it? The answer is I'm not. Same thing in the S&P. Right now, I have nothing that I'm going to take for a potential short. My reversals here are very small, so I've got a little bit of risk associated in there. The other level that we had talked about, a potential breakout yesterday, was in crude oil, and we did not get the breakout above that area in crude oil. So as far as today goes, we could get a bit of a reversal off of this drop. We had a pretty strong overnight move down. I'm not really ready to call that a level yet, but this could be the beginning of a slide. This could be the top of a slide. Now, Charlie, at the top of a slide, who takes over?
The bales.
Right. So what button do we press?
Sell.
Sell. So look at this slide for a second, Charlie. Do you see this slide? Look, which way is it going? Straight, which way?
Kind of like straight.
Straight down, right?
Yep.
If we looked at the slide like this, would it be kind of straight too?
Yep.
How about if we looked at a slide like this? Is it straight?
Yep.
Is it this?
No.
No, this one's not as
but
straight.
But at the beginning, whoops, I do not know how to move the mouse. I'm really sorry.
That's okay. So
like right here. Like right here, it's straight too.
Right. So when you think about a slide, Charlie, the more straight the slide is, when you go to the playground, what happens to you on the slide if the slide is more straight?
I fall.
you fall, but do you go down faster or slower?
Faster.
You go down faster. And if you go down faster, that means that when you come back to the top of the slide, you're going to go down again, right?
Yep.
And that's what we're looking at here. So this is what we call the angle of the way price moves away from a level. The stronger that it moves away from the level, the faster the return. So what I always do when I look at these is I look at the angle that it leaves. So in this case, I've got almost a 90-degree angle, right? The way I analyze it is I say, well, if it leaves at a 45-degree angle, that anything less than a 45-degree angle is a fairly weak arrival. A 90-degree angle, obviously, is a gap. That would be our strongest arrival. And so anywhere in this range is going to be a better, departure. It's going to be a stronger area when price indeed returns. So when we look for it, this one, for example, this slide, see how this slide doesn't go down the same speed, Charlie?
Yep.
This one goes down faster. So the faster that a slide goes down, the stronger that it's going to move. Right. And so that's why we might look to sell when price gets to the top of this slide. All right, let's look at gold. So in gold, now gold, we had a little bit of a reversal level potentially set up here on the 15-minute chart. Failed miserably, so we got to remove that one. And so gold is really now in a little bit of a consolidation pattern on this hourly chart, as we can see slightly higher highs, slightly lower lows. Now we even have, not only is Charlie here, but so is John. John's the really little trader. John, what shape did I just draw? What shape is that, John?
A mountain.
Well, no, with three sides. What shape has three sides? What shape has three sides, Charlie?
A triangle.
A triangle. So when we look at a triangle, this can break out either way, one way or the other. So keep an eye on this triangle for potential breakout later in the day. When we're identifying good solid opportunities, see if we get a breakout on this. I'm not trading any of the reversals inside that triangle. I'd be more apt to trade a breakout. All right, now let's go look at our currencies and the bonds. So looking at the bonds, we're still in between a region here on the bonds. Not a whole lot happening here with our bonds set up. In the Canadian dollar, we see that we have another what? What shape do we have again here, John? With three sides. What shape has three sides?
Triangle.
Right, a triangle has three sides. And look at how we broke out below this triangle. So I don't know if any of you caught this trade from yesterday, but we talked about this as a potential breakout because this bottom of the triangle was acting as the floor. And once something breaks through the floor, Charlie, what direction does it go?
Down. Up.
Well, it breaks through the floor.
Oh, down.
Goes down.
You're
right.
Done.
John was right. Okay. So where's the stopping point for this? Well, we have a decent little level way down here, which is the origin of a very strong rally. We may actually also get a little break in the action right about here, as I think we could get a reversal right through there. In the euro, still have this area up here for potential reversal. Didn't quite reach it yesterday, so it's still very valid for today. And then in the Aussie, some of the levels are up above us. I could look at this level here for a potential reversal in the Aussie, because back to what we talked about earlier today, what direction is price going here, Charlie?
Up.
Now, is it going up slowly or quickly?
Up. Slowly.
No, if you look, it went
Quickly.
Straight up, right? So remember, the faster it moves out of the area, the better it can return. All right, and then last but certainly not least is the Great British Pound and the Japanese Yen. So taking a look at this, I've only got a couple of things to really talk about and highlight here. The first and foremost being the Great British Pound. We've identified a potential reversal, but remember, this is where we had talked about using candle-to-candle style of trading. And in a candle-to-candle style, I only get long when I get a higher high. Now notice, I have not yet gotten a higher high on this level. So without getting a higher high, there is no entry. And that's why we have these higher entries, is we wait for higher highs on the bigger time frame. Now, the level hasn't broken yet, but it's still in play since it hasn't officially broken yet. And you can still look for a reversal out of this higher high level, and this high, if we get that higher high level or that higher high region. Nat gas has continued to move higher. We've not seen a return back to that level yet. Copper still has this area here for a potential reversal. And then the Japanese yen, we may get, I think, another bite at the apple, but as much as I like this area here, I don't love that it's a retest of this zone in this region. So keep an eye for down here. I don't think it's going to get there today. But remember, August 12th is our first live trading day. And if you get a chance, please make sure that you join us on August the 12th. John, do you have anything you want to say to people before we leave?
Thank you for listening to the Daily Market Commentary.
All right. Thanks, John. All right, everybody. Have a great day.